Welcome back to Kiesel News, everybody. Today, we have an episode entirely focused on D23 and all of the reveals that have came out of it. I originally was just going to focus on the Marvel and Star Wars stuff, but to be honest, there wasn't really that much announced. There wasn't even a single new project announcement in any way, shape, or form for anything Marvel or Star Wars. All that we really got was some updates on some existing projects, so I guess we'll go into those first. Really, the primary Star Wars thing that was focused on was Skeleton Crew, which we did get the trailer for. And as for my thoughts on the trailer, I think it looks like a pretty good show. It looks different enough, while also still being in the same era as everything else. I definitely see the Stranger Things vibes, though. I will say that there's not much in the trailer that fully grabbed me. It just looks decent. There's nothing about it that I'm, like, over the moon excited about, aside from the fact that there's really no apparent fan service. Like, they're not trying to bait us with returning characters or anything like that, so that's nice to see. I was initially skeptical of there being yet another surviving Jedi of Order 66, but from the trailer, I am intrigued to see what Jude Law's character brings to the table, because I'm sure that John and Dave wouldn't just allow a random-ass Jedi to survive if they didn't have any interesting plans for him. So, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what they do with him, and what happens to these kids in the long run of the galaxy. Because since these kids are so young, they're also characters that could show up in the future timeline as well, like past Episode 9 too, so hopefully we get some groundwork for that. Anyways, aside from Skeleton Crew, the Star Wars project that really got the most focus was the upcoming special Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. And, yeah, we actually got a whole new trailer for this, and I have to say, this looks fun as fuck. All of the Lego Star Wars specials have been great, even the ones that were set after the sequel trilogy. It actually made the sequel trilogy more likable, and, you know, this looks to be following suit. It's essentially a Star Wars multiverse story, which we knew when it was first announced, where we're gonna see, like, a whole bunch of different and wacky galaxies, including one where all the stormtroopers are Admiral Akbars, a universe where Luke essentially turns into a drunk guy at a bar, a universe where Jar Jar is actually Darth Jar Jar. Like, they're really going into all of the memes here, and I think that's a great choice. There's also going to be fucking Ewok bounty hunters, which is just such a great concept. Like, the show really has the potential to do a whole bunch of wacky shit that normal Disney Star Wars would get absolutely shit on for doing. But since we have the cover of it being a Lego special, then it can get away with a lot more, and it should really use that to its advantage. And this is obviously non-canon, but I hope it actually will be canon in some way, perhaps as like a vision in the world between worlds. I don't know, I think that's a way that they can throw it in there. The world between worlds is supposed to be somewhat similar to a multiverse concept, so I think it would work. Kingpin and Daredevil are going to team up in Daredevil Born Again to deal with a larger threat. Now, this threat is probably Muse, because I also heard that Muse is in the series, but I just think it's absolutely crazy that we're going to be seeing Kingpin and Daredevil team up. It'll definitely be an epic moment. The other major thing relating to Star Wars that we really got was the teaser for The Mandalorian and Grogu, the new movie coming out officially in May 2026 at this point. It seems like it will be taking the place of Season 4 of The Mandalorian, because it seems to take place right after Season 3, with Mando going on missions for the New Republic, it seems like. I mean, Zeb's there, so the New Republic has to be involved in some way. But yes, that's right, Zeb is there. He actually has a speaking role this time. Apparently the Razor Crest is back as well, and I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I get how they never want to permanently kill off characters, but I mean, you can at least add stakes by permanently destroying ships that we like, and now you're going to restore the ship? It's probably so that they can remodel it and then sell, like, new Lego sets of the Razor Crest or some shit. Who knows? But I just wish the Razor Crest would stay destroyed. I mean, Mando still has his Naboo Starfighter, doesn't he? What's going to happen to that? But yeah, my overall thoughts on The Mandalorian and Grogu are, I'm glad that we're getting something to continue the main Mando story, but I really wish that it'd be Season 4, because it seems like what Season 4 was setting up would be perfect to go back to the episodic storylines, because Season 3 was more serialized, like it told more of one continuous story, but like Season 1 and 2, if this movie is just going to be Mando going on a mission for the New Republic, or several individual missions, then I think having it as a series would have worked better, because this isn't the main culmination movie of the Mandoverse, that's still Dave's movie that's coming out, so yeah, I don't know, I feel like having Season 4 would be better, and it also sucks we're going to have to wait till 2026. This image of the Lilo and Stitch remake, bro, so cursed, holy shit. We didn't really get any details on the remake, I just wanted to point out how fucking weird it looks. Incredibles 3 was also confirmed, never really been big on the Incredibles franchise, but it was rumored that was happening, so it's cool to get confirmation. For more actual Disney and Pixar stuff, we have Pixar's next movie, Hoppers, which follows a girl who transfers her mind into a robot. Beaver, to infiltrate their animal kingdom. You know what, this sounds more interesting than Turning Red, I'll give you that. I think it's cool to follow a protagonist that isn't a super young kid, it seems, because that's what Pixar usually does. So yeah, that's interesting to me. Also, the concept of a robot trying to infiltrate an animal kingdom kind of reminds me of the Wild Robot in a weird way, where Roz, the robot, fit in with a whole bunch of the animals. So maybe something like that'll happen here. Dwayne Johnson is going to star in Monster Jam, a movie about monster truck drivers for Disney. Now, first of all, I did not think that Disney would ever make a movie about monster trucks, but I have a question, like, is this going to be like a documentary type movie, where like it goes over the history of monster trucks or something, and it's just made by Disney, or are they actually going to try and make like a Disney Channel-esque movie about monster trucks, like fucking Lemonade Mouth or Tiger Cruise, but for monster trucks? This is going to turn into such a meme, I can already tell. Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden and all them, they're going to have content for hours after this movie comes out. Toy Story 5 is officially releasing June 19th, 2026, and an army of 50 malfunctioning Buzz Lightyear toys are going to be the villains. Alright. Question though, is this movie going to go back to Andy, or is it going to follow the girl from Toy Story 4? That's more what I'm curious about. Like, I would love a Toy Story movie that follows an adult Andy, and like, I don't know, maybe he like finds out about a whole bunch of other Buzz Lightyear toys, and he tries to like gift them to a whole bunch of kids or something, and then they turn evil? I don't know. Maybe Lightyear will actually have a point after all. Maybe we got Lightyear so that we could care more about Buzz Lightyear's fictional past, because that's going to come into play during this movie. Eyes of Wakanda is an animated series that delves into Wakandan history. Now, I'm pretty sure this is in the main MCU timeline, I hope, because if it's not, I don't know if I really see the point in delving into Wakandan history from other universes, unless there's plans to bring these universes in for Secret Wars, because if there is, then it obviously matters to the main timeline, but I just really hope that if we get a whole bunch of Wakandan lore, it actually means something. Todd Harris is also developing it, and he's worked on a lot of action storyboards, so that should tell us that the tone for the show is going to be very action-heavy, which I think is a very good thing, especially dealing with Wakandan culture, where you fight for who becomes king and shit, so who knows what'll happen. What If Season 3 is going to have an episode that has an Avengers team of Captain America, Moon Knight, and Monica Rambeau, among others. And that's a cool combination, I will admit. But the fact that they're going to be facing off against Gamma monsters kind of pisses me off, because I don't really know what that could be a what if of. Like, dude, we're on What If Season 3, which is confirmed to be the final season, and we haven't even gotten an episode about, like, what if the other half got snapped? Or, like, obvious shit. Like, that's my biggest problem with What If, is there's so many different ones you could do, and Marvel just picks the fucking weirdest ones, and it pisses me the hell off. And sure, even though What If will be ending, it doesn't mean that we're going to stop getting shows that take place in other universes, but these shows are somewhat limited. Like, we have Marvel Zombies, which is only going to be 4 episodes. Like, sure, it's TVMA, that's really cool, but 4 episodes, that's it? Really? And Spider-Man Freshman Year, I do actually think that one has a better chance to be successful. And we do have X-Men 97 as well. But Marvel Zombies especially just pisses me off, because I'm really looking forward to that, and it's only fucking 4 episodes. What we do know about Marvel Zombies does seem very intriguing, though, as the new trailer that debuted showed that the Mandarin in this universe gave Shang-Chi the 10 rings to save his arm from a zombie bite. Whoa, that's actually interesting. And it also apparently includes Shang-Chi fighting a Skrull biker gang, so that implies that there's going to be more what if in this series than just, oh, what if everyone was infected by zombies, ooh, like we're going to get to see Shang-Chi actually interact with Skrulls, something we haven't even saw in the main timeline yet. So who knows, maybe this show will actually be what if should have been, I hope.